Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be using the Shiny Creations collage collection. That is a collaboration between Dawn and Rachel. There's some lovely images in here, all fantasy themed, full pages and also smaller images. And what I've done is I've taken this one out of the book, just cut it out. I'm going to put it onto a journal page. Now obviously you could replicate this and do it in card form if you wanted as well, but I just thought for a change I'll do it as a journal page. So I've taken this white paper from my stash, don't know if you can see it, but it's got like a slight pattern on it. I've got this paper which is from the Essential Paper Pad from Hunky Dory, and it's Galaxy Dreams. And then I've got a piece of vellum that I had in my stash that's just got the swirls on. So first of all we'll just cut the pattern layers down. Just move this to one side a moment. So the page size for the journal, it's a Pink Pig journal and it's the A5 ones, so it's roughly 5.5 by 8. So what we'll do is just come a bit smaller on that one. So if we do, we'll start with 2 notches under the 8, and then two notches under the 5.5, and just see where that goes. Because obviously we've got the binding that we need to. So yeah, we're going to have to take a bit more off the length of it. So that was 2. So if we go 7 3/4, just see where that is in relation on the page. A little bit more. I'd rather take too little off than too much. Basically just cutting it until like there. Now it sits perfectly on there. So that's that piece. Just move all these other pieces out the way. So then to matte and layer the image, I want to use this white just so it pops off the blue. So all I'm going to do is roughly line that up where I want it to be. I mean, you could measure, but this is how I tend to do a lot of my measuring out sometimes, especially with when you're doing the images. So then that will then go on there, and it just means it pops a bit off the page. And then what I thought with the vellum is I was thinking, I can move this now just a second. I was thinking about doing corners, but I'll tear and have it going across the corner of the whole thing. So if we roughly gauge where we want that to be, and then if I just tear the corner, And then I'll do one for the other corner as well. So we'll come in this way. So it's roughly going to be like that. But then what I thought is, because obviously it's vellum and you don't want to see the workings, I thought if I just snip that corner, so if we take it like that and then snip the corner, then my idea was I can then bend that over, just trying to keep it straight like so. And then again we can do the same for this corner, and again just bend it over. And then we'll just crease that, and then I'll just snip off that bit there so that it folds nicely. So that'll be the top corner, and then we'll do the same for the bottom. So again we do it like that, snip the corner, and then we'll fold again. Try not to fold the paper as well. And then turn and do this side. And then that way we can stick it from the back and you won't see any of the workings. Just need to make sure you leave enough so you've got room to fold it over. So I think we'll just come forward a bit more. There we go. And again we'll just snip this corner so it's easy for cutting and sticking down. So then the idea is it will be like that, and then this image will come in. I haven't decided whether to just put it over the top of the lot. Just take that page like so, but then we can slip that in afterwards anyway. So what we'll do is get these corners stuck down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some red liner tape, just because I think it's going to stick better. Place that on there, like that. And then we'll just take the backing off. And then if we slip this corner in, gently as we can so it doesn't try and stick on anything until we want it to. And there's our first corner, and then we'll do the same down here. So again, come in with some red liner tape. as so. And again, place that over the top. So there we have our corners. So then, let's just get rid of these backings. I can then get some normal tape for us to stick it to the actual page itself. Just make sure we put plenty on so that it lies flat. And then what I'll do is just take the top one off. And bring in the page. So what I do is just take the top one off so I can position my page the best way possible. And that way it's not sticking down just yet. And then we'll just stick that top one, and then I can just go round taking off backings off the rest of it. I mean, it is a bit fiddly, but it just saves putting it down, finding out that you've not placed it in the correct spot, and then trying to pull it off again. Because obviously once the tape sticks, it's a bit more difficult to reposition. But obviously I want to use tape because we're using paper. So then we can just lay that down flat. And there's our page. And then this, I was thinking we could either have it outside or within the page. Let's have a look. You might have it out actually. It just feels like it's more enclosed in if we put it in there, and it's not. Oh, that does look a bit different, doesn't it? Should we go for the in then? So again, we'll go in with the tape. And again, just position it until I feel it's where I want it to be. Place that and then remove the other piece. There we go. And then for this one, I'm going to use my Hunky Dory dotty tape runner, just because I think if the tape catches, it's going to be a lot more difficult to move. then we'll just loosely place that under if we can. Just check that to make sure it's about where we want it to be. There we go. And then what I'm going to do now is bring in this Sparkle Paste Fairy Dust. Again, this is off Dawn. Put a thing on the bottom so you can see what it looks like. It changes colour depending on the light. And this is from her as well. We did the booklet. I believe it's out of stock now, but she is looking to bring out another one, I think in September, if I remember rightly. So I'll just open this up. And the beauty of it is, I mean, it's only a small pot, but it lasts forever. It's crazy how long it lasts for. So I'm just going to get some on my brush. And then where these sparkle bits are, I'm just going to put some on there. And obviously when the glue dries, you'll just have the sparkle. Just take that, it's just a bit too big for that space. I'll do with these little ones, see if I can get it on the end of the brush and do it that way instead. Ideally it'd be better with a spatula, but I don't have one, so just improvising. Probably could do with a slightly smaller brush, but like I say, you just need very little. It goes a long way, this stuff. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I mean, it's obviously all wet with the glue at the minute, but obviously by the time it dries, you'll get more of the sparkle. There we go. Lid back on that. So that's my page for today. Just something very simple, but I just thought for a change I'd do it into a journal rather than a card. But you, like I said, you can do this same thing and put it on a card instead. That's the beauty of a journal. Anything you do in a journal, you could just replicate on a card. It's almost like you can try it out first and then go away and do it onto a card. So thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you for all your support, coming back and watching my videos, and to all my subscribers and everyone that comments on my videos. I do appreciate it, and I hope to see you in another video. Take care. Bye.